Welcome to the Graybeard Chronicles podcast. Your hosts, Brian Halstead and Kevin Harkins, are two gray-bearded patriots who love God, their family and friends, and their country. The Graybeards are here to inspire, inform, and educate you on a myriad of topics they are passionate about. Brian and Kevin have a strong desire to share this with you to help you live your best life. Sit back and enjoy this amazing podcast as the Graybeards pass along the wisdom of the ages.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Graybeard Chronicles. I'm Brian Halstead.
And I'm Kevin Harkins.
And Kevin, we're here to pass along some wisdom of the ages. What the heck does that mean?
We're not perfect, but we do have gray beards. And that means we've got some significant life experience, some life lessons, and some perspectives that are worthy of passing along.
Well, I think that sums it up nicely. Let's get to it. Kevin, what's going on, sir? Good day to you.
Yeah, good Sunday morning, actually, of all times.
Yeah.
It is right now, and we're recording, and, well, as I think we've said before, it's just a whole different sort of mental energy on Sunday morning than it is on any other night.
Right.
So
yeah, definitely.
We're being flexible here because of the
well, and we certainly started out with more enthusiasm than we did on the last podcast.
That's right. That's right. Happy 4th of July, by the way.
Yeah. It'll be the 5th when this posts. So
that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Very cool.
We live in the greatest country in the history of mankind, and despite all of the things, it's still the best.
That's right. Yeah,
I'm thankful that we're here and where we live and what our opportunities are.
That's right. Happy Independence Day, you traitorous bastards.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Yep. So what's going on, man?
Yeah, just enjoying the weekend, getting ready to roll into some more downtime here in the coming days with 4th of July. It's nice to change things up a bit. How about with you?
Same. Just enjoying this beautiful weekend. Decent day yesterday. Rained a little bit in the evening, but we need that. So all is well. Just exciting times all around.
Very good. Very good. Well, what is this topic? I mean, I saw the title of it. I have an indication of what it might be, but this is your topic this week, and I'm just curious what your take on it is.
So this is something that I've been pondering for a while, and it regularly circulates throughout my mind and habits, I'll say. It's the focus on the now. And the title of this will either be, because we don't know right now whether it'll be now, capitalize on it, or now, damn it. So you obviously, if you're listening or watching this now, you'll already know what that title is that we decided on. But the whole idea kind of was born out of a book by Eckhart Tolle called The Power of Now.
Okay.
And man, it's just.
Yeah,
you have not read that book?
No, I have not.
Yeah, I would definitely encourage you to check it out. It's the whole premise is of this book is there is no past and there is no future. The only thing you have is right now.
Yeah.
And we oftentimes ruin the now by focusing too much on the past or worrying too much about the future.
Yeah.
We're going to make that be. And while that's important, right? Planning is important. You can't get so caught up in the planning and the what's going to be that you lose the joy of the right now. And that's the whole idea behind this is
Okay.
capitalizing on the moment that you're in, right this second, this minute, whatever.
Yeah.
And doing everything that you can to maximize the joy associated with that.
Yeah, the joy and the goodness and taking the right actions and just growing as a person, all of those things. You're right. I agree with you. And I mean, I think we've touched on this topic, tangentially a number of times on our podcast, where where it's just so tomorrow never comes. It never comes. I'll do that tomorrow. Well, tomorrow never comes. It's always tomorrow.
Right. Like
And so,
the sign, free beer tomorrow.
right. There you go.
Right.
That's the
You're
perfect
never going to
sign.
get that.
Right. That's
Now,
the
free beer
perfect.
today, right now, that's a different story. So focus on that.
So I like it, and I like the emphasis that you're placing on it. And I took the way that I interpreted your title. There's overlap, but it's not right on top of each other. There's some
Yeah. Well,
differences on how I
and that's
took
the
it.
beauty of doing it this way, right?
Yeah.
So you didn't get any more than that title, right? So now capitalize on it is what I gave you. And so yeah, I'm definitely interested to hear what that meant to you and what direction you took it with, took with
Yeah,
it.
my twist on it was act now. Basically, it's the same idea, but it's a slightly different way of thinking about it.
Right.
And probably the reason that I act now on whatever it is in your life that you have decided is important to you, that you want to accomplish, that you want to be as a person, how you want to grow, uh, how you want to improve your relationships. Act now, and don't keep pushing it out there. I mean, make the decision about a desired end state that's sort of on your mind, and gives you a target to shoot toward, but act now in the moment. That concept is very strongly portrayed in the book, The Greatest Salesman of the World, Greatest Salesman in the World. And he has a whole thing on act now, act now, act now. I mean, he repeats it over and over and over again.
Right.
And it's just this idea of uh, capitalizing on it, because once it's gone, just like last week, we talked about it. Once this moment is gone, it's gone. There ain't no getting it back ever. It's
Right.
gone forever. And so it's easy for all of us to say, I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to do that next year, or someday I'm going to do that, or someday I'm going to read that book, or someday I'm going to call that person, or someday I'm going to refresh this hobby that I really like and want to get involved with.
Right.
And do it now. Absolutely do it now. That was my take on it.
I like it. I like it. So when you started talking about that, the visual image that popped into my mind is and I don't know what the name is, what they call the thing, but in a movie, right, where the little board that they have that has the little piece that you hold up and click it down, action. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know what you call that thing, but that was the visual image that popped into my mind when you were talking about that, right? So action.
Yeah.
Do it
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. And this,
I like that.
okay. And let me just add at least one other, and maybe a couple other anecdotes. Another impact on my life occurred years ago when I was reading a book written by Tony Robbins, who can't argue with his success, whether you agree with him or not. And a few people don't, but a lot of people do. And I think his principles are actually quite sound. But he was talking about wanting to become a good public speaker. Do you remember me telling this story like in the past?
Vaguely.
Okay, so he this was when he was still a teenager, and he kind of figured out where he was going with his life, and he said, I got to become a good public speaker. And so he decided to take action on it now. And he decided, and this is a phrase of his, he decided to take massive action. And so people said, how did you get so good and so comfortable being in front of a crowd and talking? And he said, because I took massive action when I was young, and I did it a lot. And he said, at the time of writing this book, I did 700 speeches last year. 700. That averages 2 per day all year
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
And he says, when you do something that much, when you act on what it is that you want to do, you get good at it. And he
Right.
said, I was horrible when I started. I was horrible, but you do it 700 times, you learn some lessons and get better. So that's the now. Do it now. Don't wait. And then all of a sudden you have all this stuff in your wake that is experience that you can learn and grow from. So there you go.
Yeah. I'm still spinning on that 700 speeches. That's
Right.
that's crazy.
That's
A day.
crazy.
Yeah. That's impressive. But you're right. Think about in your own life. What do you do? What skill do you practice, or what skill do you utilize 700 times every year.
Right.
Yeah. What is it?
Yeah.
Chances are you're pretty damn good at it.
Yeah. So capitalize on the now. Move. A body at rest tends to stay at rest. A body in motion tends to stay in motion. So if you're contemplating something that again, I'll go back to refresh that hobby or read that book or call that person. If you're contemplating whether or not you should do that or when you should do that, do it now. Pick up the phone, walk out, go to whatever you got to go to get refreshed on your hobby, because then you're moving. And once you start moving, your body's in motion will tend to, okay, I'm started, I'm going. Or maybe you were afraid to talk to that person because you were afraid what might come up in the conversation. Have the conversation. Then it's out there. Then you can deal with it. Then you can move on. You see what I'm saying? It's so healthy to
Yeah.
do it this way.
Well, and when you do that, you take regret out of the equation.
You do.
Because typically regret has to do with things that you had an opportunity to do and you didn't. Obviously, there's other examples of regret, but that's a common one, right? Had that opportunity, didn't do it, and feel regret as a result. Yeah, I like it. I like it. For me, it's all about that, maximizing the now and in the word joy, right? So you got to keep that as a focus in your daily activities. What are you doing, and get out of your head sometimes, right? So just our minds are a beautiful thing and a scary and evil thing at times as well, right? They be a great asset to us, and they can also be a great detriment. A lot of the pain that you experience, the suffering you experience in your life, originates right here in your noggin, and you have the ability to change that by focusing on the here and now.
That's right. That's right.
And
I agree.
taking, you're putting your ego aside, right? So that our egos cause us more trouble than anything else, I think. Learn to put that aside and focus on just enjoying the moment, enjoy where you are, what you're doing right now. Don't worry about what happened yesterday, because it doesn't exist, and what is going to happen tomorrow, because it doesn't yet exist either.
That's right. That's it. Yeah, and I think it doesn't surprise me that first of all that you picked the topic, and second of all that you took the approach that you did, because that's how you live your life. I see it. I see you living that way. So you're not just going blah blah blah. You're actually living.
I appreciate the validation there,
right?
Because that is certainly my intent.
Yeah.
No, it's not a perfect science, and absolutely there are times when I reflect on the past, and there are times when I'm focused on the future, planning for the future, and so just make sure that's not all the time and not sucking all the joy out of the here and now, and that's the primary message here.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, I agree. Great topic. Thank you for the reminder to remain focused on it. And every time I learn through repetition, so hearing things over and over and over again is when it finally sinks in. And so it's great. Thank you.
Yeah, you're certainly welcome. I think we all learn through repetition. It's the way we're taught, whether it's rote memorization or whatever. We definitely benefit from that repetition.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Whatever that holds, and I hope that everybody has by the time that this recording actually is out, Independence Day will already have occurred in America. Hopefully everybody had an outstanding Independence Day and woke up the next day with as many fingers as they had the day before.
Right. And not singed, hair and beard and
exactly.
Whatever. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. All right. We know what I'm going to do now.
Yes, indeed.
All right. I'm doing it. You ready?
I'm ready.
No matter who you are, where you are, what you're doing, make sure between this podcast and the next, you take time
To enjoy
the ride.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Graybeard Chronicles. Please subscribe so you'll receive notification when new episodes are available. To learn more about the Graybeards, visit their website, graybeardchronicles.com.